Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 13th. This week, I just need to get a good shuffle going on these cards. So just give me 1 second, and we will get started for you. Yeah, very interesting. Right away. Finally, a different message for Gemini. I mean, it's been pretty much the same message for quite some time, I believe. And this looks very much different, which is good. You have the Nine of Diamonds, so ending of cycles, which, that's kind of funny because I just said it's a different message, and, so finally you're ending some cycles. Nine of Diamonds is a card of, again, cycles ending, things coming to a close. I know that's very general, but it is a very general card. It just says that just everything in your life you could be experiencing ending of cycles, ending of relationships, friendships, love relationships, ending of businesses, ending of jobs, getting new jobs going away, old friends going away, all sorts of stuff. So all that comes up here. The good news about this card is it does remove things from your life. We're coming off of this eclipse, the Leo lunar eclipse, so that makes a lot of sense. But so that you'd be leaving things behind. But nines also just in general represent a blessing in disguise. So so to me that says that you're stepping into something new, that there's going to be something that replaces a lot of these things that maybe you left behind or you're leaving behind, at the beginning of this week. Next, be careful of self-blame and things like that this week. You have the Jack of Spades, which is you, which would represent Gemini. So again, you're coming in a position of power, in a position of strength. But just be careful. Sometimes with this card, we can blame ourselves for things. We can be a little bit too hard on ourselves when we shouldn't be. And also, I mean, this can affect us in things like relationships, where especially if you're single, where you put yourself way down, or you put yourself down too much, or you don't think you're attractive, or whatever. You start having that negative self-talk. So just watch that stuff this week with this card. It is a very good card of actually using your weaknesses, or what your perceived weaknesses, as to your advantage, and taking advantage of those things. So it's a card of like not hiding from any of your weaknesses, but again, just looking at them as an advantage this week. It's a card of resourcefulness, and the thing about the Jack of Spades is that he can be very successful. Again, if he realizes he's got this devil on his hand, if he realizes that he is his own worst enemy, so he's blaming his problems, trying to externalize his problems on something else. He's got a knife to this devil, but once he realizes his problems are his own, then he becomes very successful. Next, you have the Six of Hearts. Returns, better returns on energy. This card does come up for you quite often, so no surprise here. Very good card. Great card for love, though, as well. Meeting up with somebody who really kind of matches up with you on a very good level. I feel like this week it could be water. To me, it might sound weird, but every time I pick up this card, I picture the King of Hearts. To me, they're very similar cards, just energetically even. They have very similar meanings to me, again. Maybe not other readers, but to me. So I think that, it's a card of returns, but I also think that for some of you, it could even be a water sign that comes in for you, in the form of a relationship. So that could be interesting. And it's also a great card of progress. Sixes just simply represent progress, moving forward in the right direction. Next, you have the Eight of Diamonds, which represents material success on the horizon. So more success coming in, money coming in the future. A lot of the times this card to me also represents news, because it's kind of like you get news that you're about to experience some sort of increase in finances or increases in money. It can also be an idea, though. So if you're an idea person, or you're an entrepreneur, or you have businesses, pay attention to your ideas. A lot of the times this card can come in as an idea that you have, and you're like, oh, that seems good. So again, if you feel good on an idea, if you feel like an idea is going to lead to more money, take advantage of it this week. And then finally, we have the Two of Spades. No surprise here. Has been coming up constantly in 2017. Big card. To me, it's a card of changing your mind. Like I've said to everybody, every single sign, there are going to be a lot of mind changes this year. People changing their mind about all sorts of issues, all sorts of things on a global scale, personal scale. You're going to see it all over the place. And so it might make people a little bit crazy. So definitely just stay grounded. If you see all the craziness in the news and things like that, just try to stay grounded during these periods, because again, people are just going through major changes. I don't think people realize like the level of change that everybody's going through. So, like I said, I think sometimes this comes up as a reminder to just say, hey, just allow, if people are having a moment, let them have their moment and just kind of stay out of it. Or just try to support people as best you can. Sometimes I think this card also comes in saying that you are going to be the one that's supportive. You are going to be the one that supports other people during this transition, during this time of change. I think Gemini is very good at seeing both sides of an issue as well. I could get real crazy on everybody here and talk about the psychology between astrology and all these other things, but to me, Gemini represents ENTPs in the Myers-Briggs. So if you're interested in learning more about that, definitely search ENTP Myers-Briggs, because it really embodies some of the traits, and I wouldn't say all of them, but some very strong traits in Gemini that Gemini has. And like playing the devil's advocate and things like that. So, and again, the reason I'm talking about that is because of this card. It represents needing to see both sides of issues and things like that, even with like friends and family, and kind of needing to kind of maybe help people through changes and things. So, looks like a very interesting week. Thank you for watching and enjoy it.